Okay, sidonius. Some parts may be intermediate to advanced, I suppose. It can be hard at times. He was a follower of chastity and sobriety before all other things, which tam and quam correlatives, which must be praised, laudandum, the gerundive looking thing, in youth, so it should be praised in youth. It's as praiseworthy, tam quam, as it is rare in youth. The incepts, then, in turn, next thing to happen, to the summates, these are the sovereigns and the leading citizens, and then to the count of the city. We have to develop a bit more to see what the sentence is about. Not less opportune things than with his frequencies of doing this. So basically it's saying he's getting in with the high-ups of the city and then the count of the city. And it was by frequent excubis. These are watchers being awake, basically. It could be some sort of military post, but it could just be doing other work. We've got three infinitives. He was known first to these high-ranking people and then the count. He was recognised. He got to be known in Noscre, and then he was familiar with them. Like that could be friendship or spending time with them. And thus in dies, which means from day to day, he was promoted, he was moved forwards. He's sedulous, he's assiduous, he's constantly doing this with these companions of majorums. These are like greater people. So basically there's three ranks here. There's got the cellmates, the count of the city, he's the head guy, and then just other elder people. Quizque, each one of the good people, they contested. There was a bit of a fight, courted him to favour or support him. All of them with their votus, with their wills and wishes. A lot of them with their plans. The private people with gifts. Kinkdai, I guess these are officials. They helped him with their benefits. And through this, his hopes and the resources, istius, of this guy, wrapped him, which means quickly. He accumulated these hopes, these resources. This looks like another adverb, saluted him. Okay, so one of the Tim verbs, I usually like these sort of things. Salute him comes from leaps and bounds. You can tell from the salty a bit, it usually means dancing or something. And skipping or desultory manner. We'll just take it by leaps and bounds, leaps or hops. Okay, 6. By chance it happened, the diversorium, which is an inn, to which he had got into retreat at, usually means you're away from the city, successor at. There was a quaedam femina, a certain woman, not less in her income than in her mores, her habitual way of living. She was in the vicinity, she lived here, she was a suitable quaedam femina. The daughter of who, now with these times already measured out, but I don't think she was an infant. Nevertheless, she was approaching the nubile age, so she's young, but she's still short of marriageable years. Hic, he, blandus usually means flattery or something pleasant, to her, seeing as or since she was of the age of an infantula, and so thus it was still decent or for him to blandus her on the lobe as pats her on the head or something. Now there'd be frivolous things, and now we have nunc correlatives. So now he would give us some little toy or something, frivolous thing, and things that were apt for play for a young lady. Scruta seems to be a pot or something, but rubbish as well, so looks like just frivolous things and cheap things he would donate or give to this child. Okay, some ablative or something here. Parum usually means least or something, so this was not a great cause, but the animus, the mind of this young girl, the virgin cooler, it copulated to this guy, and not for great causes, but just for little things. For many years he'd basically given her little toys, etc. Anyway, obita along the way, through some years it looks like, she was equal for Thalomo for marriage. And why should I delay in more things? 7. The adolescent, alone, he's a foreigner, he's of tenuous means. What have we got? He's a son from some family. What have we got? His father not only was not willing for him to go from his homeland, but also he was ignorant that he had decedents and he'd left. There's a lot of nominatives here. So this young man, he had left, and a puella who was not inferior in birth, but superior in means and resources, with the bishop doing the middle ground, because this guy was a lector, it's a reader, and with the solace or comfortingness of the count of the city, because he was a client, we had his mother-in-law was not looking into his substance, again that's wealth, and the sponsor, that little infant girl who obviously grew up, she was not looking down, despicing on his person. He sought as a wife, and he got it, and he married. There was inscribed on the tablets, nuptial tablets, and if there was anything here in this suburban municipal town of ours, this was inserted in the matrimonial documents, and the recited. Looks like everyone who gets married gets written in a book. With this large tote, that usually means a lot of giving or something, and the mim. So I don't think there'd be mimes doing it. So it's probably like they say theatrical in the lobe. So it's probably like a big display goes on when this gets written in the books, and there's a bit of largessing and giving of money or something. 8. With this legitimate circumscription, this has all been legitimately right, practice is finished, and with a solemn fraud, this pauper, Adamatus, who was in love, I guess it says he lifted away a rich wife, and diligently the things which pertain to his father-in-law, which Remartus means he's looked through all the cracks, I guess he's searched in it. Convas is usually a military term for packing up your vases, packing up all your baggage. So he looked into all the things pertaining to his father-in-law, and not small even in its gathering, blah, blah, blah. What do we go? Okay, the munificence means there's a lot of it. Emungens in plaudus usually means you've cheated someone, so he's sounded the sign for a retreat back to his homeland. He was an undefeated I don't know, magician or something, a trickster. So all this is about, this rich guy married a rich wife, looked into all the things that his father-in-law owned, which were not small correlations or something. Easily incredulous, I guess. The things belonged to his new in-laws, and has cheated them and gone home. I'll also make a second daily dictionary here out of Corallium. The money for reward, presents, gift, and gratuities. Deductions even. So it's all to do with money anyway. Anyway, where were we? With him having set out, the mother of the girl, because of the hyperbolic nature of this instrument, the instrument of marriage, the exaggeration of his wealth, I guess, she began to want to place an action of reseeking, I guess, all the money. And then finally, she groaned about it by the paucity of the gifts of this husband concerning the things that he owned. That's another prepositional phrase here. But since she was rejoicing here, this is contrast to being sad. She was sad over the money, but she was rejoicing over the numerosity of her nepotes, her grandchildren. To please this woman, it looks like it's female, our Hippolytis perexited usually means he's continued on somewhere, and this late Latin usually means just go somewhere. So he's gone somewhere to please this with my letters prior things. He's offered these letters.